Hey guys.
All right, folks, it's Christmas week on A&P-Reacts, and as promised, we're doing all Nuclear Blast week on the channel. We're taking requests from you guys, we're taking requests from Patreon, and we're putting together perhaps the 5 Nuclear Blast videos that we missed throughout the year, but there are some of your favorites. So this one is this douche's favorite. This Patreon douche right here, who took like 5 messages to finally understand exactly what I needed him to post. Because he was posting like videos that we already checked. I'm not asking you to post your favorite video that we did. I'm asking you to post videos that we hadn't. Like, why would we check the same video twice? Anyhow, the name of the band is Bat, and the name of the song is Horror Vision. They released a new record this year, and I gotta say, man, the album was phenomenal. I really enjoyed this record. I interviewed Ryan on the channel, and I also reviewed the record. I love this album. It's like, I think you're gonna like this band.
Okay.
I think it's, considering some of the bands that you listen to, I think these guys are gonna hit the spot.
Okay.
All right. So, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
In court, a solicitor for the Director of Public Prosecutions called the material an extravaganza of gory violence, capable of depraving and corrupting those who watched it.
Slowly tonight, the forest of fear. Some infectious will bite. Don't go in the house, don't go in the woods, don't even go near the park. Don't look in the basement, don't open the window at dark. Horror vision, video nasty splatter the screen. Prosecution, buried on tapes, labeled obscene. Horror vision, video nasty splatter the screen. Prosecution, buried on tapes, labeled obscene. It was the beast in heat, the bloody moon, the witch who came from the sea. Tales of terror, watch out for the ones so ghastly. 5 million life on the island of death. Acquitted for lost on the side. Eaten alive. Station murder, suicide. Prosecution, buried on tapes, labeled obscene. Horror vision, video nasty splatter the screen. Intermission, making you scream, haunting your dreams. It's your final exam, and the door that your blood. A stalking slasher awaits. The incinerator, a vision of horror, your fate.
Spill Your Guts. I love that they use the titles of the of the movies as part of the lyrics.
Yeah, is that what that was? It was like a metal crew, but
for horror.
But for horror.
By the way, they didn't mention in the lyrics the movie, but they showed the tape of Cannibal Holocaust or Holocaust Cannibal, I think.
It was Cannibal Holocaust.
That up until now, it's considered like one of the most goriest movies of all time.
People actually thought people died during.
Yes, the director of the movie was arrested in Italy because they thought it was a snuff movie. They thought people actually like died, like they actually killed people, and then they had to bring the actors like to prove that like they weren't killed.
They weren't dead.
You know what I mean? Like there was so much noise surrounding that movie when the movie was released. Like it's incredible. It's definitely a cult classic, if you will. And I'm a big fan of these old school like horror movies.
I always feel
like
the
Evil Dead and all of that shit.
I always feel like the old school like horror movies that are not like the big ones are even better
like
than the big ones.
Like the B ones.
Yeah, the B ones. They're always
like
better.
Evil Dead. Like now Evil Dead is a big cult classic.
Oh, but
when it came out, like fuck, nobody watched Evil Dead when it came out.
I think they're better than like some of the newer horror movies.
Dude, there was way more blood. I mean, now you look at it, the special effects were shit.
But dude, they're pretty good. They're still pretty good.
But I love that. I love those movies. It's so over the top. Everything is so over
exploding.
the top. With a basketball, how the fuck do you blow somebody's head off with a basketball?
The best one was watching the wood go through the
eye.
No, well that was fucked. But watching the big log
go
through
the car,
and then you get to see where his face. It's like
you didn't see anything like that on Final Destination. There's one scene where there's something that also goes through the car. But anyhow, I find that back then there was just as much shock. Like the more shock value that you could infuse into it, the better it was, because it got people talking, right? Metal at that time was also the same thing. Look at Ozzy Osbourne at that time.
No, I'm saying
and Alice Cooper.
That same thinking is it's like porno grind and the guys who like those like very heavy metals where it's like, oh, the heavier the better, the gorier the better.
Yeah, but I think we've lost a little bit of that because now everybody's so ultra sensitive to everything. Everything is like a microaggression these days. So I feel like we're losing a little bit of that. Dude, some of these movies, there's no way you can make those movies now.
Yeah, that's very true. But I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it's more like just like
society in general got soft.
It's society. It's more of like
soft.
If you post this and this is on like YouTube, whatever, but you're gonna get demonetized. But YouTube, whatever. If it's on like Netflix, it'll get taken down right away because people are like, my children are on Netflix and they.
Dude, Counterparts released a surprise EP, and then with that surprise EP, they released a video that has two of their songs together in the same music video. And in that video, there's this goat dies. All right, like there's a goat that's sacrificed and it dies. The label didn't want to post the video because they were afraid of getting demonetized on YouTube or even removed because people would be like, oh, they killed an animal. Like, no, they didn't. It's like it's fake. Like they didn't grab a real goat and kill it. So they had to put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video in order for the video to be able to be uploaded. Yeah. That's how soft shit has gotten. Like seriously. Like you watch this, it's a movie. Nobody fucking got killed in the making of this shit. You know what I mean? Like people are just soft. It's just the way it is. But somehow playing Grand Theft Auto 6, that's totally cool.
Not out yet, man. Not out yet.
I know, but you know what I mean.
I know.
You know?
I'm waiting. I don't know.
Like a kid walking to school with an AR-15 is totally fine, but somehow watching this is what's going to corrupt the youth of today.
But then the person will tell you it's because they watch something like they do that.
Yeah, but blaming video games, blaming horror movies, and blaming metal music has been around since the dawn of time. Yeah. Well, since those things were invented, people blame them for everything else that's wrong in society.
Before that? So there wasn't
exactly.
There wasn't violence
like during the Salem witch trials. There was no horror movies. There was no heavy metal, and I can guarantee you there was no video games. Maybe if there were some, they wouldn't have done the trials because people would have been busy
doing other shit. Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, there's always
there would have been more school.
Instead of taking accountability for their own actions or lack of, always find some scapegoat to blame it on. You know what I mean?
It's normally the people who did wrong too.
I find the people that are the most how can I say it? The most
So that's the whole bullshit?
No, like the people that are more, the most Puritan of all people are normally the most horrible people
Yeah.
of all. I'm not finding the right word to describe them.
It's
But
like,
you get what I mean.
It's like when someone's child does something terrible, they blame it on video games. But no, you're just a bad parent.
Yeah, or like one of those
But they don't wanna
ministers
hear
that
that.
preaches that against pedophiles, and then we come to find out like a month later that he was having sex with his 16-year-old niece. You know, happens all the time. Unfortunately, it happens all the time. I'm just saying, people always love to point the finger and find a scapegoat for whatever is wrong in society instead of looking within. Like, you know what I mean? Listen, I played video games all my life. I watched horror movies all my life. I listened to heavy metal since I was like 10. Not once in my mind I thought about taking a gun to school and shooting up kids.
Yeah.
Like, not once that ever crossed my mind. Like there's other things that lead to that. It's not those.
I think-
You know, there's other things that lead to that. You know, I'm just saying. Just saying. Listen, you can say, oh, they were bullied. I was bullied in school. I was a fat kid. I was bullied in school all the time.
Bumblebee?
Yeah, fuck. I was Bumblebee in my basketball team.
Bumblebee, yeah, because their basketball colors were black and yellow.
Yeah.
So he was Bumblebee.
Fuck, like we're the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what I mean? So like the jersey was yellow, the shorts were black. So I was fucking Bumblebee. Listen, I got not once that I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get. Well, first of all, we didn't have guns, so that maybe was also played a role in the fact that I didn't do that. But I knew wrong from right, and
there
you know,
are other ways. When you get so angry, you're gonna think of a way to do.
Yeah, I thought, okay, maybe one day my goal to my bullies was, I'm gonna have a job and I'm gonna make a lot of money, and then I'm gonna come here and laugh at all of them as they pack my groceries at the grocery store. Fair enough, that has happened. I didn't laugh, but I laughed on the inside.
Really, it's happened.
Yeah, a lot of the guys that bully me in school, when I go back home now,
They're still there.
They're still there, and they're like packing groceries. They're not. There's nothing wrong with packing groceries for a living, but considering what they put me through as a kid, going back now, it feels pretty good to be me. I'm just saying, just putting it out there. Just saying. Now, if you're one of those, it is what it is.
Like
If the shoe fits.
Like you're talking to the guy and you're like laughing about old times.
But
and you're like, put
anyways,
the bananas in the bag so I can go back.
Enough of that. Let's talk a little bit about Bat, and let's talk a little bit about Horror Vision. What did you think of the song?
I like it. You're right. It is part of like that. I like this style. It's like thrash, like
rock and roll, some black metal elements.
Black metal elements. Yeah, it's like Bewitcher. So
yeah. That's why I thought you were going to like this.
Definitely. That's why it's within the wheelhouse. But I like how you said at the start. I like how they use the horror movie names in the lyrics, but they didn't like just throw it out there. Like
no, it made sense in the sequence of what they were saying.
sense.
And I gotta say, guys, if you haven't heard this band yet, go pick it up. The name of the album is Under the Crooked Claw. Was released by Nuclear Blast this year. Ryan Waste from Municipal Waste. This is his band. This is like his side project. Go check out the interview I did with Ryan. Go check out the album review. Go pick up the record. Download it, stream it, do whatever. It's really good. All the songs are super short, like 3 minutes, like around that mark. So it's an album that it's very easy for you to digest and listen to it. It's great gym music.
Back around and
great gym music, I must say. And it has banger after banger after banger after banger. It's really a solid record, top to bottom. I highly recommend to all of you. Go check it out. Anything else you want to add?
no,
I think this is a great way to start the Nuclear Blast week on the channel.
definitely.
All right, so keep your eyes and ears tuned. There will be more throughout the week. Plus, if there's one video out there that screams Christmas season, is this one.
Exactly.
Just saying. All right, we'll see you all at the next one.
See ya.